Okay, so we're about to embark on Leprechaun Part 2, which I have to say, on our last rewatch a couple years ago, Leprechaun 2 is definitely not in our favorite sequels list at all. But I'm gonna go in with an open mind. I think if I remember correctly, there are some big highlights here, maybe some stupid characters, but after experiencing Ozzy in part one, how stupid can the characters get? I mean, the bar is so low. I think we have nowhere to go but up after Ozzy. So I'm gonna say that I'm going in with the high hopes for Leprechaun 2. Now, the first one actually did come to theaters, but this part two, I believe, actually may come to theaters, but I think it might have been direct to video at this point. So if I remember correctly, I believe it was direct to video, setting the tone for the rest of the franchise to be direct to video. But obviously, the first one must have done pretty well at the box office, or at least on home video, had enough of a cult following to justify part two here. But again, fun fact at the end of part one, our leprechaun from that one was down a well, giving thoughts about coming back, but in each sequel, apparently it is a different leprechaun. So it is not the same leprechaun character in each movie. So they all have a different lore. They all have somewhat different strengths and weaknesses, different magic, but they all sound and look like Warwick Davis. And they all rhyme. So, oh wow, okay. So Nick Arcana just updated me. It was actually released in theaters. What's the date there?
April 8th, 1994. So 1 year later.
So we got a theatrical release 1 year later. Holy shit, they went in production quick on this one.
It
Damn.
was, however, the last one to receive a theatrical release.
Well,
Until
all right.
Leprechaun Origins.
Ah, well, yeah. What? Leprechaun Origins came to theaters?
Yep.
Son of a bitch. Well, that's
WWE put money into it.
damn you, Vince McMahon. How dare you release Leprechaun Origins in theaters? But anyways, after the high point of part one, which I was very surprised how much I enjoyed part one, embarking on part two, handing the camera over to Nick Arcana to get his early thoughts before we watch part two here. Well,
I don't have a drink in my hand this time.
just the mic. Well, I can still
Yeah.
turn it on too. So.
And as always, I'm supposed to be the more Debbie Downer, but I will say for part two, I remember when I was young, it was my favorite Leprechaun movie. For some reason, I was so against Leprechaun 3, probably because my brothers loved it so much. And I was always said, no, Leprechaun 2 is the best one. And now, when I watched it years prior to this, I just got to ask myself, the hell was I thinking? It was definitely a letdown compared to what I remembered as a kid. But with this watch through, it's been a couple years. Maybe get newfound appreciation for it. As Vic said, there was definitely some highlights I remember, especially the gold gut scene. So, folks, it's still Patty's Day. Get your drinks ready, and let's have a good time.
How many of you guys remember Trimark from the 90s? I don't know if they're still in business, but they made a lot of pretty good horror films back in the day. Do you remember Trimark at all?
No.
Okay, I'm sure they would have done so. Oh, look! Ireland! Oh, thanks for the big update, fellas. The beginning of part two, Once Upon a Time.
Well, let's face it. This is Ireland, Canada.
Ireland, Canada? That looks like Ireland to me, so.
That looks like actually the woods in part one.
It does. It really does. Okay, well. All right, so I think we both do. I think I do remember not necessarily loving this main couple.
Uncle Morty's the only one that's actually likable in this movie.
Uncle Morty is fantastic. A great.
And that's saying
Character.
something because he's a con man.
He's a con man, but the actor has such personality that you can't help but. I mean, he's definitely a con man for sure, but you can't help but buy into his bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that plays that actor, the main teen dude, he looks familiar to me too. I think when I was a kid, I used to confuse him for the main dude in Hocus Pocus. Definitely, they're different actors,
Right.
but I feel like they have the same look almost.
It's the hair. You notice how the bangs of his hair kind of come out a little bit and then fall down his face?
That's like the Eric Matthews look of the
Yeah.
90s. Like a lot of actors, teen actors, they had that hairstyle.
Well, heck. Boy Meets World started in, 92, didn't it?
93.
93?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Eric Matthews' hair, if people like, because that show would have been popular around this time for kids.
Yeah. But I mean, think about, yeah, the Hocus Pocus dude. I think one of the dudes, one of the children's horror movies had the same hairstyle too.
Yeah.
It was just the look. Now the woman actress there, I don't think I've ever seen her before either, or since. You're gonna have to do the tour yourself, Cody. But that can be fun. Just take the girl with you on the tour.
Well, he does.
Oh yeah, so I mean,
And she hates it.
well, I mean that
Because he
means
most likely blew her off multiple times for this tour.
that means he sucks giving tours though. If he can make the tour interesting, if the customers enjoy it, she'll enjoy it. Plus, if she really likes him, when you go on a date with somebody and you really like the person, the activity is important. But if you like the person, you're gonna enjoy yourself. Unless you're at the DMV, maybe, but
So,
outside renewing your license.
I got a question for you then.
Yeah.
Let's say the girl you're seeing right now,
Yeah.
she did something like this.
Yeah.
You'd be fine with going on this kind of date just to see how she works.
A
what her job
horror,
is.
a haunted horror tour. I would love this shit. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
I'd be
you're
like,
the wrong
I would be,
person to ask this
I'd be
question
like,
to.
yeah. I'm like, this is like my dream date. I'm going on a haunted tour of the city. Now, the better question is yes. You're saying if somebody who had no interest in kind of horror was taken upon this thing, would you judge them harshly in terms of a date? I still think that if you enjoy the person, you'll make anything work and have fun. So.
No, that's fair.
But I have to see how much she overreacts to like. I know she looks bored right now,
Well, yeah.
but to me that means she just doesn't like Cody. What was the plan? Where were they supposed to go? Did they say what the plan was?
Go karts.
Oh, come on! You guys cannot be that. You're not 12 years old. You can't be that set on go karting.
Hey, whoa.
Well, I mean,
Go karts are awesome.
I know they're awesome, but it's not like, oh my god, we can't miss the go karts. That's what I'm talking about. Get that creepy ass vehicle out of here. This is a good question to ask. Is the Leprechaun actually evil though? He seems like a chill guy.
In this movie, I'm going to say yes.
Maybe of all the movies, this is the one where he's the least chill. He might be the most evil in this one, right? Well, no, well, we'll see.
I think the third one he may be the. No, the third one he's still going for just gold. I will say another thing about her. I don't care for her acting.
I can't tell if it's just bad writing of her character or her acting, though. She's not given much to work with.
I say both.
Well, damn. I always like to blame the writing first because I think that I'm assuming for the most part that these are
Well, writing and directing, because if you don't
qualified
like the
actors.
actors acting, it's the director's job to get the best out of them.
right. But sometimes on these low budget movies, the director is just like not caring that much about the acting. He's just like point and shoot.
It's not only a cute puppers.
That is not a cute dog.
That is a cute white Roddy.
You are crazy.
I like Roddies. They're so adorable. Look at them. So adorable.
Looks like a killer.
He just wanted to be petted.
No.
Yeah.
He wants to kill.
See, that's
murder.
another thing that pisses me off. Like,
Murder.
dude, you just saw another man put your arms around your girl, and you're not doing anything about that?
Is it his girl though? Like I said, are they an item? Are they just dating or are they a couple? Because in high school, you have to use the terminology "are we exclusive?" Do you still have those chili dogs? If you do, we can have dessert. The Leprechaun likes doing this kind of thing.
Yeah, he does.
He does it again in part 3, so.
It's just part 3, I think, is more of a mix between magic and physical.
Yeah. This gotta be an uncomfortable scene for the actors, though.
To be fair, her face is kind of uncomfortable for me. What?
It looks like uncomfortable, yeah.
If you could do that with him, why couldn't you have done that with the first guy? Did he just blindside you or something?
You gotta love the Leprechaun rhyming. Who are are you? How'd you get in here? Well, I think you're about to find. Oh, damn.
To be fair, he used the window to get in.
I feel like the leprechaun should, when she runs away, the leprechaun should shout, "What about to be chili dogs?" He should bring,
I got some chili dogs for you.
I know you like chili dogs. He should bring it back.
Just every movie brings up chili dogs.
I know my lass likes chili dogs.
What about the ring you just stole from the guy?
And,
Oh, you're that ring.
yeah. You know, you have to say, with this movie, they did at least do a different story versus someone just taking his pot of gold.
Yeah.
They do have the whole wedding wife story, so they did change it up from the first
Thing
one.
is, they
could have been lazy and just had someone steal his gold again.
To be fair, they do still do the gold angle because they had to extend the time.
It comes up at a certain point, but it's not the main thing.
Right, because they end up having to like extend the time of him marrying her.
This is more like he loves his gold, but this makes more sense too that he needs a wife. So,
well, yeah, it needs to keep populating the leprechauns.
Or leper human, I guess it'd be. We need Iron Man.
Mm. Yeah, wrought iron, not pretty much pure iron. Iron Man is built out of metal, not iron.
The whole grant 3 wishes thing, that's a genie though, not a leprechaun, right?
That's a genie if you're like rubbing a lamp. This one is you have to catch them. I have heard that before.
I've only heard the 3 wishes thing associated with genies, but I guess maybe...
Engines.
And djinns, yeah. Well, the genie is a djinn, I think, basically, so...
I thought a djinn was like a stronger version of genie, just with really no rules.
They're basically the same thing, I feel like. Like, in Wishmaster, it is a djinn/genie.
Yeah.
Because we associate djinn as more evil, but... He was like, Plan B, I'm gonna bust this bottle over your head.
Right.
Oh no. Oh no. Boom, gotcha. Dead man walking.
I mean, does this leprechaun not know about currency though?
What? Watch this. His laugh. Too much, Morty. Too much.
Yeah, this is where Morty finally gets stupid.
He had to let the greed part of his brain kill his logic.
So does this mean Danny O'Grady should have gotten 3 wishes when he trapped him in the box in the first movie?
Yeah. But this wishes thing is all bullshit, though, isn't it? It's not a real thing, I don't think, is it?
Well, notice how it gets him dead, so...
Because the leprechaun's locking the safe, so he's just looking for a way to get out, so he's just going with it.
Yeah.
Oh, if the leprechaun's locking the iron safe, shouldn't his power almost be, like, not existent at that point? Otherwise, he could always get out of the safe by just controlling the outside world.
Yeah.
I feel like his power should be diminished greatly in the safe.
Oh my gosh, we got the epic hero music playing.
Yeah, what the hell? This is the wrong music for a Leprechaun movie.
Right. It should be something more dark or sinister type thing. Or maybe even it's something Irish.
This is like hopeful and like...
Yeah.
Like he's about to go on an acid trip.
Or maybe like he just killed the leprechaun already.
Yeah. And then you cut back to this music. What? What the hell is that?
The evil lair music.
Yeah. You should start with this music. What?
Oh, like a bug.
A green bug.
All the bugs. So many bugs.
That's kind of cool.
A guy afraid of bugs is cool.
How green they were.
They just look like little fireflies to me. Okay, big fireflies.
Big ones. I remember not enjoying this climax, but maybe I could be wrong, but...
It's... Compared to 1, where at the very least the leprechaun is slashing at somebody.
Yeah. They're going for like
Give me the coin.
Will that still work David's voice, I guess?
Give me the coin.
Shit. That's like a weird version of his voice. Give me the coin.
Give me the coin.
In terms of Leprechaun 2, let me just say, although, in my opinion, not as fun as the first one, I don't hate it. I don't think it's terrible. Yes, the main characters were kind of bland, but the actual Leprechaun performance was just as good as part one. Shout out to Warwick Davis. The character Morty was pretty cool. There is some fun things. The climax is a bit disappointing. I would say definitely a little bit of a drop off from the first one, but still relatively watchable. I know that when we get to part three, we're going to be like coming back to sort of the peak point again. So maybe this is the low point so far. But I mean, I didn't hate it. I'll say.
Shoving the damn thing in my hand.
Take the microphone.
Overall, for me, the ending is definitely a low point, especially in my memory of the whole series as a whole, and in general with the first movie with that leprechaun literally trying to gut Ozzy apart to get to the gold coin. This time it's run through a decent looking set, and I just feel like the set itself was underutilized with this kind of climax. Overall, the acting was subpar minus a few spots. I didn't care for our main character's actings. Warwick Davis still great. And overall, y'all just going to have to see what I think of 3 when we get to it.